Alrighty, everyone. It is June 15th, 2024. Current time is 7:20 p.m. Eastern. And we now have a new area of interest. Since the last video I made on the 13th, Invest 90L, our system that was somewhere over in this area, that has since dissipated and is no longer a threat of becoming tropical. However, we now have a new area that we need to watch in the Bahamas and the Florida coast here. Then we still have our area down here as well. Then we still have the thing in the Eastern Pacific as well. So let's talk about the new area of interest that we are now watching here. Overall, in 2 days, this has a near 0% chance of forming. And in 7 days, it has a 20% chance of forming. Overall, the chances of this forming are low. However, let's go into the tropical weather outlook here. So this is for the southwestern Atlantic Ocean. An area of low pressure could form by the middle part of next week, a few hundred miles northeast of the central Bahamas. Some slow development of the system is possible thereafter, while the system moves westward or west-northwestward. Then, as I said when we first talked about this, the formation chance through 48 hours is low, near 0%. And the formation chance through 7 days is low, 20%. Overall, this thing has a low chance of developing. Now we'll jump down to our thing in the Pacific. Overall, in 2 days, its chances are near 20%. And overall, in a week, its chances are also 20%. Overall, its chances are low. So this is offshore of the Central America coastline. A trough of low pressure centered just offshore of the southern coast of Guatemala is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Environmental conditions are conducive for some development of the system, and a short-lived tropical depression could develop early next week if the system stays offshore. Regardless of development, several days of heavy rainfall are expected across portions of southern Mexico and Central America. These rains are likely to cause life-threatening flooding and flash flooding. And then the formation chance through 48 hours is low, 20%. Then the formation chance through 7 days is low, 20%. And now, finally, let's take a look in the Gulf of Mexico. This thing has a near 0% chance of forming in the next 2 days. And a 60% chance of forming in the next week. This thing's chances are increasing drastically with each update. If you remember in the last video we did, I believe it was 0.30 or 0.50. Actually, it might have been 0.40. Either way, this thing's gone up. So let's read this. Southwestern Gulf of Mexico. A broad area of low pressure is forecast to form over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico in a day or two. Environmental conditions appear conducive for gradual development of the system, and a tropical depression could form by the middle part of next week, while the system moves slowly westward or west-northwestward. Regardless of development, several days of heavy rainfall are expected across portions of southern Mexico and Central America. These rains are likely to cause life-threatening flooding and flash flooding. And the formation chance through 2 days is low, near 0. The formation chance through a week is 60%. And its overall chance is medium. If this increases by one more, this will be our first red risk of the season. So, as always, now it's time to jump on over to Tropical Tidbits. Take a look at models. Go away, NWS Lemon. My model runs Are all the runs loaded in? They are. So, okay, GFS wants Jacksonville dead. That's at least a tropical storm there that makes landfall around the Jacksonville radar area based on the 18Z run. This is valid at 12Z on Thursday of next week. So that's something we're going to have to watch carefully if you're in the Jacksonville, Florida area. If you're in the Jacksonville area, the Savannah area, the Daytona Beach area, and even Charleston area, I'd watch out for this. I would definitely pay attention to these model runs here. Then we go forward in time. Not really seeing anything else. Maybe a brief little tropical depression there in the Gulf. But other than that, nothing much else here. Maybe something brief in the Eastern Pacific there. But other than that, not much I'm seeing. There's our thing in the Gulf. There's our other thing in the Gulf. But nothing really in the Pacific that gets going here. Normally the Eastern Pacific is the one that gets things started. But we're not seeing anything right now. But with that being said, guys, that'll do it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching. And stay tuned to the channel. We'll have another update out sometime tomorrow. Probably around 7 p.m. Eastern. Probably around the same time that I upload this. As I do work tomorrow. No, unfortunate, but... Anyway.